This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by
NordVPN. Get advanced security, internet freedom, and complete privacy. Save 73% off the 2-year plan plus 4 months free with code MMANUTS. Wild Alaskan Company. Healthy, affordable, convenient fish sent right to your door. Save $25 off with code BIGFISH25. Ivacy. Shield against cyber threats and ensure digital safety everywhere. Save 10% off with code MMA. Paleo on the go. Find delicious meals that fit your specific diet. Save $20 off your first 3 orders with code MMA25. Joy, 100% clean label, non-dairy milk concentrates. Save 10% off with code MMANUTS. Defense Soap, everyday soaps for everybody. Use code MMANUTS to save 15% off your order.
Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 659.
659.
My name's Igor Weigel.
Macro MMA show by my fans, for my fans, walk the line between serious and ridiculous. Oh, he's going fucking straight up moonshine out of a aquamarine glass.
That's right. Got my little mason jar full of
There you go.
a gallon of moonshine.
Yeah.
I'll be comatose shortly.
He pickles and he moons moonshine.
Yeah.
I love it.
How you doing, Matt? Are you excited about the Chicago Bears?
Fuck yeah. You know why? Because they got like everything they wanted. They got the number one quarterback. They got a top 3 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
They got, which was weird, the best punter like ever.
Isn't he like a soccer player, former soccer player or something?
I don't know, but I think he's a massive dude. Like he's like 6'4", 230, 235. So like finally like a respectable fucking size punter.
Oh, this guy from Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's awesome. I forgot about him. Good
He's
call.
like broke all sorts of records. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a really smart draft pick. And then I think they got a offensive line and
Defensive end,
line.
I think.
And then they'll probably make a couple trades. I would imagine they'll make a trade for like another D-line guy or something.
I mean, this all looks really promising. I have concerns about the QB's stability as far as like mentally, but
Why? He paints his fingernails?
it
Like,
seems like he's got
fucking weird.
a lot of shit going on, so hopefully he can
I
keep
think
it
about
together.
like Dennis Rodman, right? He was a freak, but once he got onto the court, got his shit together.
Where's the
right?
man? Oh, he's like Allen Iverson. Practice.
Right. You gotta let him be weird.
Talking about practice. Remember that?
No.
Practice. Oh, you gotta look that up. Allen Iverson practice.
Yeah.
They were in the playoffs, I think, against the Bulls or maybe the Sixers. I forgot. And they were questioning why the team wasn't doing really well. And he was like, I guess he wouldn't show up to practice a lot. Larry Brown was his coach at the time, who also coached the Pistons to a championship multiple times. But anyways, so he's like, he answered this reporter's question. He's like, practice? He's like, we talking about practice? And he's like, it's practice, man. We're talking about practice. Like he's saying, I don't need to practice. Like,
everybody needs to.
And the rumors around the
show up.
campfire are that he was drunk. That's why he was acting crazy on behind the mic. Can you imagine the pressure? I know we do this thing.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine if there's just a slew of people firing questions at you,
After you've lost a game?
That would be terrible. Or
Yeah.
won, really. I mean, either way, it's like,
well, if you won, it would be fun. I mean, you fuck around, probably get used to certain people, and hopefully they ask you good questions and not the same shit every fucking time.
right.
Because that's when I think people snap. Or if the coach doesn't like something you've written or said.
Yeah.
That just happened with one of the, I think it was Philadelphia hockey coach that said, like, didn't you write that thing? Like, I'm not fucking answering your question. He fucking iced him out for a whole bunch of press conferences.
Nice. I like it.
Good. You should hold a grudge.
That's what you get.
I think Jon Jones did that to Luke Thomas too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't like what you said. I'm not answering your fucking question. Good.
Epic.
Yes.
Epic. He has no, he's not obligated. No, a contractual obligation.
Oh,
He's
you don't
not
have to answer it.
obligatory.
Nope.
Oh.
So we're
Well,
gonna start with the bare knuckle action, Knucklemania 4.
I mean, sure. I saw two fights from that, and I
Yep,
don't know. Can we show anything?
sure.
Can
We can
can we
show whatever we
can we
want.
show a little? Hang on. Let me see if I can show this. Little Ben Rothwell, Todd Duffy. You called it. You called it.
Yeah.
Here. Hopefully this works.
Ben's 3-0 in BKFC.
I'm not going to share sound, or should I?
No sound, but
No
the
sound.
video's fine.
Anyway, so here we are. Todd Duffy in the dreads. Ben Rothwell, looking like Ben Rothwell.
Yeah.
There they are. They're kind of
Duffy
doing their
looks
thing.
way smaller.
He does. Skinny
Yep.
for a heavyweight. He
Well,
was huge
yeah, that's
before. Oh, he
weird.
caught a little right hand there. Got a little, got staggered. Rigliotta's in there. Okay, well, everything's good. We're good. All good. You still in this fight? I'm still
Yeah.
in the fight. All good. But half a minute went by. Duffy goes back in again, gets knocked down again, and yeah,
See, I don't understand what happened there. He just
I,
kind of fucking tapped out,
he's like,
and
nope,
then
that's
I
it.
think he claimed he had a shoulder stinger. You can fucking fight through that if you wanted to.
I
He's
think he
kind of
just
reminded me of Bob Sapp.
well, I think he dislocates his shoulder hitting Ben Rothwell. So he hit Ben Rothwell and he injured himself from hitting him.
He's still got a good arm, right?
That's that's just ridiculous. Rothwell is just a tank for bare knuckle. I mean,
He's built for
ridiculous.
that shit. Like
He
him and
is.
Mike Perry,
Yes,
built for it.
absolutely.
And speaking of which, should talk about him. Like fucking Mike Perry. He's indestructible.
You called it
Indestructible. First round, very fast.
su-
KO.
super fast.
I think I have it here. I have
Oh,
a
you got the video?
10-second clip.
I did not have the video. Couldn't find it for some reason. There he is.
He claps him with a left hook.
So got him to the body first.
Yeah.
Alves is like, oof, damn.
And that was it. And he like
Yeah,
stumbled up.
Alves got up and was like, kind of like, okay. And the ref's like, are you all right? And he's like,
He's like,
nope. He's like,
I'm on a
we're
queer street, but
we're
I
good.
might
We're
be all
good.
right.
I might be okay. Might be okay to continue.
Yeah. So good on him. What did they say? Oh, I was trying to find that out. Well, I'll come back to that. But no, Thiago Alves retired after this fight. I thought
Yeah,
he
he did.
was, and then came back. But I guess we can go to pay, and then I have a couple other fights from there
Yeah.
to show.
You got them dollar amounts?
Yeah, so here we go with the pay. Pretty decent.
I think we know why he unretired.
Yeah, for 200 grand, I'll retire. And that's just because I don't know if you're headlining BKFC, if you get a chunk of the pay-per-view, and at 29.99, you probably had a decent buy rate. So
Nice. Some of these
Mike,
guys making 4 grand.
well,
Good, good Lord.
look at the top end. I focus on the top. So Mike Perry, 600,000.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Hunt, Mick Terrell, 100,000 apiece, and then Ben Rothwell, 150, Duffy, 85, and then it's just a shit show down. Like, yeah,
Julian Lane, huh?
four,
Look at
four.
him making 20
Yeah,
grand.
still
Good
around, huh?
old, good old Ultimate Fighter alum.
Let me bang, bro.
I wish those were available for streaming somewhere.
What's that?
The original Ultimate Fighters. I'd rewatch those fuckers. I remember getting that shit on Netflix DVD when I used to still get the discs. And I went through the first like 6 or 7 seasons like quick. I was like
Yeah.
addicted. But I'd watch those again. Those are old school. There's some crazy shit that happened on that show.
Yeah, but it was fun when it was new.
It
And
was
then
more
it's just
drama.
like, what are we doing here? Now we're in like Brazil and they don't even speak English. Like, what's going on?
Right.
They're doing so many offshoots, but yeah, that was fun.
Oversaturated.
Yeah, a little bit. And then we had this fight where a guy like jacked up his shoulder. We're
Oh
still in
no.
the BKFC world. I'll turn the sound off. I have another angle of this that I'll play. So he lands, but he kind of like Kimura himself and blew his elbow out.
Oh God.
So it's better on the other angle. Let me
Oh,
find that.
more carnage, more
Yeah, because it
brutal.
was hard to see on that one. With this reverse angle, you get all the goods. So you can see him going down and see how he put his arm behind him and
Oh
then
yeah.
fucking popped it.
That's why they always tell you to put the arms to the sides,
Yep, and
down. Oh
don't
God.
post.
Yeah. Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, that's no good. But that guy was being like a twat, I think, at the press conference,
Ooh, that
like trying
sucks.
to start fights with everyone. So yeah, that happened, and BKFC had a big fucking announcement. Let's find that. So here we go.
I know what you're gonna say.
I ain't saying shit. These guys are gonna say it.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
So what do you make of this? What do you make of this Conor McGregor,
Well, I
our
read
owner?
this and I'm kind of
Yes.
like, what are the terms of this ownership and how much did he pay? And like, what does it even actually mean?
Yeah.
I'm super confused, but I mean, whatever.
Well, the rumors are too that he probably didn't pay anything, and they probably just gave him a chunk for him to promote it, you know? Or he just pays a little bit. They just give him equity, I think, to promote.
That would make sense.
Either way, it's fucking cool because again, at the end of the day, it potentially sets up him fighting over there, and I think he would do really well over there. But
Mhm.
again, they wouldn't be able to afford him, and like I would want to see it though. I wouldn't mind seeing Connor bare knuckle fuck somebody, but I don't know. I
Well, I
digress.
wonder if they can give him a ridiculous amount of the pay-per-view shares on the cards he fights on.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Like half.
right.
You know what I mean? Here's half. If you fight on this card, you get half of the
Because
pay-per-view
even
number.
do something crazy, like do Floyd Mayweather, like something insane.
In bare knuckle?
Yeah,
Well, I think Connor would beat him. I
I do too.
yeah, the gloves are a big deal in boxing, and
Yeah.
I think bare knuckle, I think Connor fucking knocks him out, like for sure.
Now, how big of that pay per view would be? Holy shit! You could probably charge 100 for that one.
Yeah, put him on there and Mike Perry
Yeah, and
and
because think about it too, like none of the pay per views that Connor's been in or of late, like let's put it the other way, he's got a bunch of them over a million pay per view buys. I think
yes,
Khabib is the biggest, and then probably all the others. Like holy shit, like he's your most valuable player, and allegedly fighting at 303, right? UFC 303.
I'm trying to look it up. Who's all Khabib versus McGregor, UFC 229 is
Yeah.
the largest one. Then it's Diaz McGregor.
Mm.
So the KP one is 2.4. Diaz McGregor 2 is 1.6. Poirier versus McGregor 2 is 1.6. Poirier versus McGregor 3 is 1.5. So the people are not as excited
Yeah.
by 100,000. McGregor versus Cerrone 1.3. McGregor versus Diaz 1.3. And then we go down to Usman Masvidal and UFC 100, and McGregor still in the at the bottom last two. McGregor versus Alvarez and McGregor versus Aldo at or 1.2 and 1.3. So like he's got, I mean, like
Like a
eight
bunch over a
eight out
million
of 10 pay-per-views
of
or
the
something.
highest selling
Yeah,
UFC pay-per-views.
that 2.4 number is ridiculous. I mean,
It is, and
that's a
I
lot.
still find that shocking because I never thought him versus Khabib is like, oh my God, the fight that I need to see, but Khabib brought half the people, you know?
He did.
Wow.
Well, good for him, you know.
That's right. What else is going on out there?
Let me see. What else do I got? There was some weird shit that happened at the UFC mm, recently with Charlie Arnold when Joe Martinez, I
Hmm.
guess he wasn't feeling well, and they're like, hey, he doesn't know if he's going to be able to do the next announcements. Can you like step in and do the announcing? And I guess it freaked out the internet. People were tweeting all kinds of weird shit. And she went and did it, and she became the first female announcer in the UFC. So good for her.
Yeah. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Like the ring announcer, you should be, my opinion, somewhat understated, not making, you're there to promote the fight or just introduce the fight. You're get
Mhm.
out of the way. So for me, I like Joe Martinez's style,
Yeah.
and having a woman do it, not a big deal. Having a woman do,
Play by play.
I have a problem with that.
I know you do.
A big fucking problem with that.
Yes.
I'll fucking turn that shit off. Because I even heard that I think the new NHL hockey for like Xbox and PlayStation, I think there's a female announcer on there.
Oh
Like,
God.
it is not my fucking preference. Get the fuck out. Like, fuck off. I don't like it. So I want the option of off.
Hmm.
Like, stick to female sports. You can call all the female sports you want, but don't call mine.
Right.
So, but ring announcer, I'm okay with this. You're there for 20 seconds. You're in and out. And especially if you're understated, like Joe Martinez,
Joel
perfect.
Martinez.
Perfect. He's the best. He's the
Mhm.
best.
You know what else is the best, Matt?
What's that?
Our sponsor.
Awesome. This episode is sponsored by BlueChew. Let's talk about sex, guys. Remember the days when you're always ready to go. Now you can increase your performance, get that extra confidence in the bed, bedrooms, wherever you want to throw down. Listen up, BlueChew.com.
And remember, you can take them anytime, in day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you will receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting line at the pharmacy.
That's right. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Chew it and do it. We got a special deal for our listeners. You can try Blue Chew free. We use our promo code NUTS at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code NUTS. Receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Thank
It's
you,
good
Blue
that
Chew.
I've almost got that memorized because I can't fucking read anymore. I mean, I can read, but I can't fucking see. How's that?
Yes.
I refuse to wear the
It's
glasses.
it's that's one advantage of doing this via, digital version. I have the screen right in front of me. I just
That's
read it.
right. Otherwise, yeah, that would be weird because we didn't have a chance to do ad reads when we were doing these in person
In
together.
person. We'd
Yep.
probably just have iPads or something weird.
Yeah, we'd have some kind of shit. We had so much shit like jerry rigged in here with like
Lighting.
lighting and fucking laptops, and the times that where we did have guests on the show, like that was a complete clusterfuck. And then sometimes we'd have a third person in here working like soundboard, and like Hector's over here fucking working a soundboard. And do we have someone else in here once? I think we had someone else
We
in
had
here
another
once. We
guy,
had
I
like
forgot
another
his
dude
name.
in here.
Yeah, trying to help us out with sound because we're not
Mm-hmm.
sound engineers.
No. And I'm very loud, and we had the fucking lapel mics and trying to position those and different levels and different recordings and trying to sync everything to the video to the audio. Whew. That's why Zoom is like 1,000,000% easier because it's just pretty solid. Pretty solid. The only thing that sucks is that sometimes the video aspect gets wonky, and I'm gonna fucking play around with uh upsize it, downsize it, upsize it, downsize it, slice it. But for the most
Mhm.
part, 95% good.
They have Bluetooth for that. That's why it's just always the same size.
That's what I want. Perfect.
It never changes.
Exactly. I
Perfect.
saw this weekend is UFC 301.
Oh, geez.
Could be one of the worst cards ever. What?
I didn't even pay attention to that one.
Well, it's so tough because you just had 299 and 300 really fucking good. And then you lay an egg, unfortunately, in Brazil with yeah.
Jose Aldo's on there.
Yeah,
It's very Brazil heavy. The thing about these cards though is usually they're exciting because their hometown fighters go crazy. So
true. They just want to kill Whitey.
there's a lot of Brazilians fighting a lot of non-Brazilians. It's like a lamb to the slaughter, like
Yeah, if
Forrest
you're not
Forrest Griffin.
Brazilian, we want you to die, or whatever
That's
they
right.
say. I forget.
Absolutely.
So unfortunately, that one's going on. It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. But speaking of Jose Aldo, I think it's pretty close to the day where he had his fight with Uriah Faber, where he leg kicked him into submission. And
Oh
let's,
yeah.
let's see some pictures.
Oh god.
I'd like to click on things, but sometimes you don't always get it. Like that's pretty sweet, man.
This is nasty.
Yeah,
That
it
had to
was
hurt like hell.
blown up, purple as shit.
And people forget how tough these guys are, you know? That
Oh,
would
especially Uriah. Remember the time he broke both his hands in a fight and he just was throwing elbows?
yep.
That's what I'm talking about, Todd Duffy. You can still throw shit. Just because one thing doesn't work, you still got
That's
one
right.
other weapon. Use it. Just hold the one stub arm up. Like, look at Nick
Yeah.
Newell. He didn't even have a fucking arm. The guy had one.
Fucking
Todd
like
Duffy,
remember
he can't fucking make
GSP?
it.
I forgot who he was fighting. GSP versus somebody, and he
Yeah.
came in and he's like, "Coach, my abductor is, you know," and he's and the coach is like, "Go out there and hit him with it," like, like get the fuck out of here.
Probably Greg Jackson.
Yeah, Greg Jackson. Who was he fighting? It might have been Josh Koscheck. No, I think it was Dan
Yeah.
Hardy. It's Dan Hardy because Hardy almost submitted him, or he
Yeah,
almost,
yeah. You know, he had him in like
yeah,
two submissions, but or no, it was the I think it was the other way
other way
around. Like
around.
George wasn't doing the
He couldn't
submissions
finish
right
him.
because
He couldn't,
he was trying to armbar him, but I think he wasn't going thumb up on the armbar.
right.
He was doing stuff a little bit wrong
Yeah, and Hardy was
because he
too
was still
strong.
raw. Yeah,
Yeah.
the good old days. I miss the fucking glory days, as we were just talking about that pre-show.
Glory days. Hey, eh, here we go.
Oh, I just spilled all over myself.
It's
It's all
okay.
good.
John Jones back in the gym, training away. First day
What?
back, he says
Is
two
it with
days
Greg
ago.
Jackson? He's
Here he
back
is.
in?
He's back in.
Who did he have a problem with? Was it Winklejohn?
Uh,
I didn't see him in
it's
there.
hard to keep it all straight.
Because
I think.
he was at Jackson's for a while, and then there was like some bad blood, and then he was like
Mhm.
off. So it's good if he gets back there. And they just said that he actually got back to training, right? This is the first time he's trained since he's been injured.
Yeah,
So
back in the gym. Yep.
it's awesome.
That's where that picture is from. Yeah.
Question is, how many months does he need to fucking get back in the octagon then?
Good question. I don't know.
3?
I would say
I'd say maybe.
6.
Yeah. I
I'm
was
thinking
gonna
we're
say,
gonna see him in the fall.
fuck, man. Hopefully this year. Let's say this year,
That's to say he stays healthy too, because
and
that's a
out of prison.
pretty
Does he have another lawsuit
there's a
coming?
lot of things piling up.
Like
Yes,
like gray
exactly.
areas,
Exactly.
a lot of women, things and stuff. Hmm. What else? I saw Justin Gaethje said he's gonna take 6 months off from. He's still gonna train, but he's not gonna do like any sparring and take
Oh yeah.
any shots in the head just to let his brain recover from that fucking brutal KO from Max Holloway. So that was pretty smart. And then Holloway was talking about, remember how they didn't score when Gaethje knocked him down? They didn't score that as a knockdown because they wanted Max to have like he's never been knocked down. Like it's fucking bullshit. And I said it's fucking bullshit. So he was on Rogan's podcast and he says, "This is Max talking." So it didn't count as a drop, which is crazy. So ESPN is posting and saying, however many fights I'm with the UFC, I still didn't get dropped. That's some bullshit. Give Justin that one. I'll take it. But I wouldn't be a man sitting here and telling you that he didn't. So even Max agrees with that. Like, good for him, man.
Hmm.
Like, what? I don't understand what's the why have that propagate that lie? Because that was a clear knockdown. He punched him in the head and he fell down. He didn't slip. He got back up, but it still counts as a knockdown. If your
It
ass
should.
hits the mat, knockdown.
Yeah. Is that the rule? They don't have to be down there for a while or something, or
Well, there must be something because they're somehow they finagled that. I mean, the only way in my mind you say that is if it was a slip, but it clearly was not a slip.
hmm.
So shenanigans. What else is happening?
Let me see what else I got. Oh, Shaq was recently on podcast that he called Pound for Pound, and he was talking about how he got started into being into MMA, and he said he's at training camp in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and he's walking down the street, and he's like, a motherfucker grabs me, and he's strong as fuck. And I'm thinking, oh shit, it's about to go down. And he turned around and it's fucking Vitor Belfort. He's like, no, 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 man, I'm a fan of yours. And he was like, gave him tickets to a fight, which apparently was Vitor Belfort's first official MMA fight or something like that. And then, and then Shaq also said that he had been, uh, some dude was talking crazy at a bar. This was later, like
Mm-hmm.
and Vitor just came out of nowhere and he's like, bing, bing. And Shaq's like, I'm looking at the dude and I'm like, Vitor, you need to go now. Like, get out of here, dude. Like, this is bad. Just out of nowhere, KO somebody.
Nice.
I miss those days. TRT Vitor.
Yeah.
We need him back.
And didn't Shaq have a video game like Shaq Fu or something
Yeah.
where he was a karate man?
I guess, he
Goddamn
trains
karate
MMA,
man.
the Shaq Meister.
That's
Can you
right.
imagine rolling with that guy? Good God. That'd be
No, like these big and especially a big and strong motherfucker, lanky. Like that's tough. Those long limbs
he might
and
hurt you
strong. Yeah.
just by doing nothing.
Just a body weight. Yep.
Yep.
Did you see Matt Brown's new training technique?
No,
Here we go.
I'm
Matt
excited.
Brown getting his train on.
Is that Metallica? Or it
I don't
sounds
know
like
what that
Metallica,
is.
but I don't know. I think he's
I
not
don't think it's
playing.
Metallica. It's probably
Yeah.
something else.
Sounds like he's trying to play Metallica, but he's not successful. But
Almost like Pantera.
it still sounds cool. Okay, maybe.
I don't know. Let's see if it says anywhere. But he's probably into like some very heavy shit.
I'm sure.
I don't know. But I like that. I like different shit. And speaking of which, he was on a podcast once. That's crazy to think about.
It was
It's crazy.
long
That's some
ago.
crazy shit. Like you like gardening? He did actually. He's out of green thumb, but he doesn't say it.
Yeah.
Let's see. One other quick thing. I saw Michael Bisping saying he wants to come out of retirement to fight Luke Rockhold for the third time at Karate Combat 3 because he saw that and he's like, holy shit, I want to fucking fight him. Do you think an athletic commission would let him fight?
With the one eye?
Yeah.
No, you can't let him do that.
I looked it up. Actually, there's some athletic commissions that'll let you do it with one eye. Yeah, it depends. It's a state by state thing. Because think about like we were just talking about Nick Newell, who has one arm. Some athletic commissions let him fight. Again, that one I'm not letting him fight, but I'm okay with having a one-eyed guy fight. I don't give a fuck, especially if it's Michael Bisping.
Oh wow.
And goddamn it, you better be throwing head kicks from the fucking eye that he doesn't have. I think it's his right eye, so you should be fucking spamming left head kicks.
It's crazy. I think it's crazy the guy's missing a goddamn eye.
It is insane from fighting.
Yeah.
I don't think it was from Vitor, but that's what
Yeah.
TRT Vitor did not blind a man. He did not
No.
blind a man. But okay, so if they have that fight, who wins? Luke Rockhold.
I say Michael Bisping.
Oh, that's crazy. What if he gets poked in that eye? Doesn't even hurt.
Does he even
That's
put
an advantage.
Does he well my question is does he put the fake eye in?
I wouldn't, because I'd have that fucking crazy white eye looking at him, like fuck
what
you,
what
holy
the
shit, it's
fuck
the
is
goddamn
that?
Terminator. Fuck me up. I don't know. I like Rockhold's chances because he's been more active.
Yeah, true.
What else has happened?
There's a I got a bunch of knockouts, so I don't know if we're ready for that or do you need
Maybe you want to wait a little bit. Do you have any other news? I got a handful of other things before we get to KOs.
News wise, go ahead. Let me see if I got one with you. Go for it.
Okay. So Gegard Mousasi did an interview the other day to talk about his new relationship with the PFL since they just bought the Bellator. He said PFL is sitting out the top Bellator fighters right now because they're making or PFL isn't making enough money to honor their contracts. So he
What?
said he thinks they're trying to like hold him out for a year so that he'll take half the pay because apparently all the Bellator fighters were making way more than the PFL fighters.
That's
But
fucked.
but yeah, it is, and I don't know how that works because a lot of those guys are in the tournament. So you must be getting some kind of I don't know if those guys are on like a 10 on 10 or what it is for
Yeah.
the tournament, and then at the end the guy that wins or the girl gets the $1 million. But
Hmm.
if you buy in, you got to fucking pay out, man. That's some bitch move. And I think they're open to some kind of litigation,
Well, yeah,
right?
you can't, especially
You can't
right.
just sit them out.
I don't know what that term is called, but it sounds illegal to me, the whole thing.
Yeah, because even Chris Cyborg she's been tweeting like crazy. She can't get a fight because they're icing her out too because she was over there in
Hmm.
Bellator and now PFL. And then like they're fucked too because then where do you go? Because now it's Bellator and PFL are the same. Are you gonna go back to the UFC?
Right. You're
Like
gonna
your
get in a shit
options are
deal.
so fucked now.
Hmm.
It's UFC, PFL, or one or BKFC.
BKFC is possible, perhaps, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the name and the striking ability, I mean,
Hmm.
Gegard could go over there. He might do well
Hmm.
boxing. Yeah, but it's fucked up. It's the other thing. There's strongman Eddie Hall. You know how they have that punching machine or kicking
Yeah.
machine to see like who's
How
got the
hard?
strongest? Yeah. So Francis Ngannou did it, and for a while he held the record at 129,000. And I don't know what this is measuring, but it's just a number. And then Alex Bahia did it, and he did 191,000. And then Eddie Hall lit this motherfucker up the other day. He's a big motherfucker too. I don't. He's got to be weighing well over 300. He may weigh 400, but just muscle.
Yeah.
168.
168.
208.
Jesus.
Nice, man.
Big fucker. Big fucker. So good on him. I think that's like well, Mario's Pujanowski, right? It's like you could take those strongmen, and if you teach them to strike, they may only have a 30
Hmm.
seconds of cardio, but that
Yep.
fucking punch lands, you might be in trouble.
Absolutely. I found my other piece of news.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there is a at UFC 299 there was a like a influencer in the crowd. Her name is Haley Davies, okay? And
Okay.
somebody posted this or told the UFC that she did this in the crowd and she received a lifetime ban for
Just
this.
take a dump.
She's at the UFC going topless. It's censored because it's Instagram, but
What's
and
wrong
probably
with this?
there we go. So she got banned for life from ever going to a UFC again for doing that.
Well, how would they even know? Like you could throw that at her, but if someone buys tickets for you, no one's gonna know. They're not checking IDs.
No, good point.
I mean, that's only gonna bring more attention to her and promote whatever she's promoting. So
Absolutely. She has
it's a good
OnlyFans
move.
and shit,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be good. What a thing to do though, right? To like be out in the crowd like that and just be like,
Whip
"Hey,"
your titties out.
be like,
I
"Hello
hope you're
there."
with a bunch of people that could protect you because
Yeah,
a lot of crazy fucks out there.
drunk idiots think they
Oh yeah,
can do shit,
it's chaos. So I know we've seen car jitsu, and I think there was phone booth jitsu.
There
Now
was.
there's tire jitsu. I don't know what the purpose of this sport is and how it works. I don't know if you're trying to get to the middle or the bottom of the tire. I don't know. But what are we doing here, Ingo?
I don't know. There's some kind of weird game they're playing. Is it
It,
good? Is it good to be inside the tire or is
I
it
don't
bad?
know, but it looks gay as shit.
Oh, he's making his
He's like
attack.
he's trying to stuff him in.
He's going
Stuff that turkey.
he's going for the mount.
Yeah.
I got
Get
the
that
back.
mount. He looks like he's giving him a reach around. Oh, he's trying to stuff his arm in there. Trying to wrap him up. He's trying to gift wrap this motherfucker. Get in that tire, bitch. Get in there. I don't know. This looks gay as shit, but
It is.
oh,
Oh,
there's like an
oh,
alternate angle. Like,
wait. How far down does that tire go?
I don't know. I think he goes into another dimension.
It's like
Maybe it
time
goes
out
to
a second.
China.
Is it a hollow
It
floor?
goes to China.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Oh,
So gay. So gay.
super gay.
Dude, tweet of the week. We may have seen this before. We definitely need sound, and we're gonna need a lot of it. I feel
Okay.
like this is some kind of influencer shit. But anyway.
Oh, oh, damn. I think he
He
might have
gets a
showed
2
me
for 1.
something.
I love it. Go one more time.
I mean, really stupid. Really dumb.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
did she expect was gonna happen?
I don't know. Let's do some KOs of the week. What do you got?
Okay, so I thank you. I'm ready. I got this Dennis Franberg from I think this is an overseas fight. He's got a little KO action. I'm gonna can I sh- I never know if I can share sound on these. It's okay, not okay.
It depends if there's music.
There's not music, but
Okay,
here we
let's
go.
share shot. You're sharing your whole screen.
Oh, did not mean to do that. Hold
It's
on.
this new Zoom is very difficult.
Share. There we go. All right,
All right.
let's try this one. Nah, that's better. Maybe.
Yep. Yep. There you go. Ooh.
Good night.
You just got Justin Gaethje.
And we're still down. These
I'm
are,
sure he'll be all right.
one more time. Yowzer.
Thinks he got temple fucked.
He did. That's one. Do you want me to just go boom,
Yeah,
boom,
just go.
boom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, see if I can get the female one here. There is Kendra McIntyre at LFA 182 from over the weekend.
Yes, this was probably one of the most epic ones.
1 second. Let me just, sorry guys. The Zoom thing is messing me up. Here we go. Boom. All right.
Now for Kendra McIntyre.
I mean,
She
that
got
was
crumpled
like
up.
the entire foot through the fucking head. So bad. So there's that one. And then I got one more, last one.
Yeah.
Hunter Azur. I think this one's a little longer, but
You see how the footwork though. Hunter's doing a great
there
job.
they are.
I like his
Yep.
stance. I like his position. I like
Yep.
his eyes.
Azur in the
Yeah.
black
First
shorts.
for me, Frank, as well. That's the thing.
Yes.
He's taking the momentum
Initiative.
in the exchanges.
Yeah, and I like how, look, there was a snappy jab. He's throwing different jabs. He even has a stiff arm jab. He's throwing the jab, and then he keeps it locked out there as a way of keeping Amun's weight off of
coming.
him so that he can push it.
Oh man.
It's just the standard response every time someone gets knocked out. Oh!
Yeah.
I think I heard that on every knockout.
It's the thing. I mean, what do? We probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And then last but not least, I
Yes.
have one more. I think you're gonna like this one. I saw this about a few days ago, and I don't know when this happened, but it happened. I'm not gonna share sound because this is Instagram and bad things will happen. Here's the
Yep.
goalies going at it. Little goalie action, and he eats a little 1-2, and down he goes.
Oof.
One more time. I mean, pretty epic.
Mm.
I love it when the goalies fight. That's the
Yeah.
best.
You don't want to see them get KO'd. That's bad. But good on them. That'll take us right into knowledge. We got for knowledge.
Okay, so I saw the Challengers movie last week, which is a new movie that came out with this star actress Zendaya or something she's called. Anyways, I don't go to the movies often, but when I do, I go to Rotten
Oh, here we go.
Tomatoes. And I'm
Yes.
like, let me see what people are saying, right? And I checked this on Thursday and it said like 90 some score Rotten Tomatoes, both from the critics and the audience. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be good. Biggest piece of dog shit film I've seen probably in 10 years. And I don't know if
Nice.
I'm just getting too old, but it was weird and the way it was shot was weird and there was like this it was disguised as a tennis film, but there was like a weird dude romance thing going on with another chick and I don't know. It just like the Barbie movie, I cannot subscribe. I think I'm getting officially old. So but don't go see that. I mean, you could check it out on rental, but if you really want to. But
No, I'll hold out. I'll hold out until everything comes out on. It's rare to get me to the theater. It's got to be something fucking really good. What was the last thing good I saw in a theater? Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
that was a
I
good
think
one.
that one was good. I don't remember what else I saw recently in the theater. That was it. I'll give you some knowledge. This is a little Snow White and Pinocchio. She's like, lie to me, Pinocchio. This smells good.
That is an epic shirt.
Hmm.
Might be the best one you've had in a while.
And if you're listening at home, Snow White is sitting on Pinocchio's face, giving him the business. On that note, just shut it down.
Wow. I love the sound effects too. You nailed it. That has been another edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Yeah, Griffith, thanks for playing.